I had someone ask if I can give tips for parents for the first day of school, and I'm just kind of like, I don't have little pookie poos of my own. I mean, like, I can't even get a text back. So, what would make you think that I had like little pookie poos of my own? Like, what? So, before you click off the video because I said I don't have kids, please hear me out, okay? I have been teaching kindergarten. This is my fourth year, and I just from the teacher's perspective and everyone's perspective, from the teacher's perspective, student and parent, everyone is nervous on the first day of school. We all have the first day jitters because we want things to go right. The student doesn't want to mess up, the teacher doesn't want to mess up, and the parent doesn't want to mess up. So I get that completely. It's everyone's nervous, okay? From, I guess, the student perspective, when I started Bright Star, I was almost 3. I screamed and cried for 2 weeks, and now, ironically, I'm a teacher. I screamed and cried, and it was just like, but from what my mom told me, she had to, like, it hurt her really bad, but she had to leave me because she knew that socially I needed to grow. And so she would have to like give me a hug, give me a kiss, and go. And then when she turned around and like started going back to the car, she would like be in tears too because I was upset. So I do get it. I understand that you're going to be away from your pookie poo. You were connected by a cord, and all this other stuff. They lived inside of you. I totally get that. But I guess the tip is to, if you're nervous about it now, if your child is nervous, I would encourage you need to go ahead and start preparing them and talking to them now about what school is and what you do in the classroom, and even drive by the school and be like, oh my gosh, look, this is your school. Your school is called da 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 da. It's just like, and try to see if you can like YouTube classrooms or something. I don't know. But like, try to prepare them as much as you can. So like, and even at orientation, I totally encourage for parents to come in at orientation and like get them excited for it. It's just like, this is where your classroom is, and this is, where you're going to be sitting and all this other stuff. So, they have something to look forward to. But then there are just people who are just nervous and have anxiety like me, like Halloween time for Prozac. And, it's just like on that first day, like from what I've seen, it's just like there are some parents that just drop off their kid at the door and be like, all right, see you later. And I was like, okay, well, dang, like, oh, okay. And then there are some parents who walk them down the hall and, stop at the door and say, hey, I love you, give them a hug and a kiss, and they take a picture. And that's usually, the safest way to do it. And then I've had in the past some parents who were like in the classroom and won't leave the classroom. And you have to basically tell them, all right, it's time to get started. And they're still sitting there looking at you. I can't teach when you're in there, because if the child is like, I don't know. Hold on, let me think. If the child is already kind of feeling some type of way and they're crying and all this other stuff, usually if the parent stays, sometimes they'll calm down, but usually the situation escalates because they're like, why are you doing this to me? Why are you leaving me here with these strangers? And it escalates the situation. And then the parents, girl, it's a mess. Like, oh girl, no. Because usually from what I've personally experienced, the child, they'll cry a little bit and then the parent leaves and 10 minutes later they're fine, but in other situations, like, I had one of my teammates last year, she said like one of her kids, oh Lord, homeboy like cried the entire day for like 2 weeks, and it just turned into a hot mess, and the mom just ended up withdrawing him because it was like, that was just an extreme case. So I would say the best thing to do is to walk them down the hall and walk them to the door and give them a really big hug and a really big kiss. Take a picture, and then you gotta go. It hurts, and I get that, but you gotta go because they have to grow socially. And you know, it's just like, and then I know there are some parents who want to like talk about their child and they're like, okay, my child has this, and this. But we can't have a conference on the first day of school because we don't know these kids that are coming in. You don't know if they're going to like throw a chair and tear the room up because I'm trying to have a parent conference with somebody at my door because they're nervous. So, like, if you would like to schedule a conference with your teacher, you can schedule it on the first day of school and be like, hey, you know, I want to, you know, just kind of have a get to know you type of thing. And so that's fine. But like I said, walk them down the hall, big hug, big kiss. I love you. I am coming back. You're gonna have fun, like things like that. I mean, like that's from what I've seen, that's what works. And then usually, you know, the child is okay if they cry, and they'll cry for 10 minutes and then they get themselves together and then they end up having like a lot of fun. So this was a really long video. I don't know if I made sense or not, but like I said, everyone is nervous. So it's not just you. It's, you know, teachers, you know, you got to take into account that we've been trying to plan and like decorate the classroom, and we're like, oh my gosh, you know, are we going to get everything right? Are we going to, you know, we want to make sure everyone is good. So it's just a nerve-wracking day, but usually you can walk them down the first, I would say probably the first week or week and a half. And then after that, I'm like, all right, we got to try something new. And then, you know, you can like either watch them go down the hall, or at that point they running down the hall because they're like, we gonna learn stuff, it's gonna be great. So, but I just, like I said, I can't have parents up in the classroom for like an hour because they just still want to be with their child. True story, morning glory. So I hope this made sense. Please share this video because I do want to try to help as much as I can. And if other teachers have other tips, please leave that down below because I probably didn't hit all points because that's literally my life. So y'all have a good day. It's going to be great. Like, your child is going to be great. It's going to be amazingly awesome. Breathe. Take a breath. Take a deep breath. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.